Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is Aaronica B. Cole and Co. If you are like, who is the and Co? We cover some stuff with my kids and my family from time to time in my vloggy vlogs. Today, we are talking about the most recent drop for simplicity.com, which means that all of the big five we are going to be talking about today. But of course, we're only talking about the plus size releases because over here on this channel, we center plus size bodies. And with that, let's go ahead and jump into today's content. Before we continue on this video, I just want to preface this by saying my office is a mess. So if you guys can see like a mess around me, you're welcome. That's all I can say. I'm just normalizing chaos, the chaos that is creativity or the creative brain for you. I'm not apologizing because the notion that we all only exist in clean spaces is false. So, you know how they say social media is like 99% not true? Well, welcome to my truth. That's what we are right now. But we're going to be talking again about I want to say like fall winter-ish drops because there were like 2 drops for simplicity, but let's get into it. Now I'm going to be looking behind me kind of like past the camera because my computer, which has all of these patterns that are in front of me, is going to be behind this camera. And I don't want you guys to be like, this feels weird. What is she looking at? Because I promise I'm not being weird. I mean, like I'm naturally a weird person. But I digress. I'm looking behind because of where the information is, okay? Actually, before we get into this, let me give a shout out to my vintage baddies right now, aka the people who like to sew from different time frames than what we are in right now. Simplicity actually does have a stitch in time, and this is celebrating the enduring legacy and innovation of home sewing and crafting, bringing the long history of human stories of the core 4 sewing pattern companies to life. So they are doing that right now, and there is a giveaway that is happening in honor of National Sewing Month. So if you were into sewing from different decades, I highly, highly, highly recommend going on and checking those patterns out. Now, come closer, come closer, okay? There's not going to be a lot of those patterns that are plus size friendly. So just know that. So if you were a plus size baddie who is out here trying to do some little sewing from the different decades for your plus size body, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay, so now that we are on the website, we're on the simplicity.com website. What I did in order to pull up the most recent drops, of course, is I did the patterns by category. I clicked on the plus sizes and then I sorted by newest. So that means that this is all of the patterns that have most recently dropped that do include the women's sizing or the plus sizes included, okay? So first up, we've got this Berta 5797, which is, it's not a bad pattern. It's not a bad pattern. It's an A-line with 2 princess. It's got the princess seams in both the front as well as the back. The front does feature a version that has the princess seaming all the way down to the hemline. And then there is 2 slits, or you can color block the bottom. It's giving very much so a shift dress feel, A-line. It's okay. Let me just say this. I don't know if I will make it, and I'm not saying that because I don't like the lines. It has a zipper in the back for entry. It does also have some like balloon sleeves that are giving a little bit of like a little bit more drama for the sleeves. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Next up, we've got Berta 5796. Berta 5796 features a kind of like it's more of a casual dress, kind of like you can do it with a sweatshirt fabric or even doing it out of like a ponte knit for like a double knit, essentially. It does feature a dress length as well as a top length. And there are 2 different types of sleeve finishes as well. You can either do an elastic sleeve finish or you can simply hem. I do like this. I'm not gonna lie, this is cute. I would make this. So I'm gonna add that one to the bag. Added to the bag. Oh, I gotta select my size. And for Berta, this is coming in an 18 to 28. If you're like, girl, what does that even mean? This 18 to 28, let's see. I'm looking at the size chart on here, and Berta actually has its own size chart. So the 28 goes up to okay, maybe I'm not buying it because it only goes up to a size 52 and 3/4 hip. That is not my hip, y'all. So it's going to be a no for me. So also, as you're shopping, make sure that you are checking what that size chart is saying about what size it's going up to, because very important to notate. You don't want to be like me and actually like something and it'd be like, oh, it's not in my size. Next up, we've got Berta 5782, and it's a dress and tunic. And so it's got a box pleat down the middle. Okay, so it's made for knits, and yeah. Okay, so here's a fun feature. It's got like this really wide, almost like a cowl neck, not quite a cowl neck, but you can actually put in a drawstring for a little sporty look if you are like always protecting your neck from, always protect your neck at all times. Shout out to Berta for understanding that impact. Okay, let's move on to Simplicity. So we've got Simplicity 3011, 3011, and of course this is by my girl Mimi G, and this is a very casual zipper jumpsuit type of deal, and it does feature, it has one view, that's it. Love that. It does offer, like, it looks like you can color block it if you would like to. And it has pin tucks in the front. Very cute, very cute. I will say this is like super cash and I really like it. So let's see. You guys already know I'm going to choose a PDF. And so the PDF orders now, they go up to, or they include AO sizing, which is very easy. It makes it that much easier for people who are using projectors to make that pattern because of that format. So we will add to bag. And just so that you guys know, today there is a huge discount. It's 70% off of their patterns. So it's bringing that to $5, which we love. We love that for us. Okay. Next up, we've got the Simplicity 3005. Not gonna lie, this one has some potential, right? So this is a skirt pattern and it comes in two lengths. It comes in either a knee length or kind of like a midi length, which I like. It's very much so an yeah, definitely I would say a it's giving a style. Why can't I think of that name? Oh my goodness. But we've got belt loops as well as a belt and one cargo pocket. Now listen, I love that the cargos are coming back in style, but I want to be honest. I'm not going to make 1,000 cargo pockets because of how my life is set up. Okay. So it also has back pleats. And then there's an invisible side seam zipper. I love an invisible zipper. Yeah. So very cute, very simple. I really like how this is looking in both the twill as well as the this like plaid option that they even have featured on the pattern envelope. I love it. I really like this. This is definitely something that I would probably wear. I think it would be super cute with some clogs or some like boots or even booties. I think this is really cute. So we're going to go ahead and add to bag. Now, this one does have the full range as far as the sizing. So it goes up to the 38 women's. So I really like that, especially because the way that my body is set up, I have a lot of, like, I've got to size up for my bottom. So let's move on to Simplicity. Let's see, what is this one? Simplicity S3002, which is a blouse. It's giving Prince game blouses. No, okay, so it's not that. It's Not that dramatic, okay? But I really do like this, this blouse. We have two views with it. One view has the exposed buttons while the second view has the covered buttons. We do also have, it looks like we've got some inverted pleats in here for the cuff, and we have two cuff options as well. Sometimes I feel like when we're looking at the line art and we're describing it, it's very much so like, you know how we used to, like our kids will do those, can you find the difference in the pictures? That's what it feels like. So in one of the buttons, or rather in one of the sleeve options, it has inverted pleats and it's gathered into a buttoned cuff, or it can be gathered into a band. I really like the drama that the button cuff gives. Très cute. I don't know if I would make this, to be completely honest. I really do like the button up and the style of the collar. I do like that, but I gotta be honest, I'm really loving these really dramatic oversized collars, and so that's actually kind of what I'm looking for the next button up that I make. And then lastly, and I know y'all are probably like, did she just say lastly? And she only talked about like 3 patterns? Yes. Okay. I feel like these blinks have been exceptionally loud. So we've got S3000. And this is a dress that comes in 2 different lengths or 3 different lengths. But you know, with lengths, you can do whatever you want to do. Okay. So also this is a princess themed dress, and it has wide flared sleeves. It also has invisible zipper in the back, I believe. And then they also have the option to do a cape effect. I do like that they have separated the pattern pieces based upon your cup size for your bust, which is very important. They do have a B, C, and D cup, as well as a double D cup available in the women's sizing. So let's talk about the sizing here. It goes up to the 28 women's, does not go up to 38. So if you are at the end of the size chart, it's not going to include your size. So there we have it. Those are the most recent drops for the simplicity.com website for plus size bodies. But definitely tune back in for when we do the fall patterns for indie patterns, because guys, I'm excited about that because naturally I'm doing it after the drop of my most recent pattern, which is going to be a skirt. And I get it. We're at the end of summer and it's like, girl, who is out here still looking for skirts? I am. Why? Because one, I have to wear compression socks because of the way that my legs are set up. And I think that skirts look really cute with like knee-high socks. And seeing as though I'm really trying to make healing fashion, that's what we're going to go with. And also I've got 3 different finishes for that skirt, which is giving us a lot of options. Okay, friends. So as far as I'm concerned, that is it. Out of all of the most recent drops for simplicity.com, 2 of them made me want to add to cart, and that's it. Now, just to point out that the Nomi patterns for fall have not dropped. I have not even seen a small glimpse of them yet either. Why? Because my pattern, I don't have a pattern for fall or for spring, which is fine. But that means I have 0 insights into like what is dropping for that. When the Nomi patterns drop, I will also cover, of course, what patterns of those are plus size or size inclusive. So that way you all can plan to include some of these to your pattern repository as well. And with that, that concludes this video. Thank you so much for choosing to tune in to me. I really appreciate the support. Make sure that you have liked, subscribed, drop a comment if any of these patterns are looking or like screaming, oh my God, this is absolutely me, so that I can know what other styles that you guys are into. And with that, happy sewing.